Eric is putting the hinges on for the door.
You ever heard that? Master got me working. Master got me working. Master got me working.
Chickens were your idea, remember?
Master got me working.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
It's Amber from A&E Family Farm.
And Eric. We're going to build a chicken tractor hoop coop today, and I've watched several videos on YouTube, and there's a lot of people got different ideas and the way they do it, and I just took a combination of everybody, and I'm just going to build one for us. So what we'll have to do is, I got all the material. I think I got all the material, but you know how it goes. You have to have something else. And in that case, if we do have to have something else, I'll make a run to go get something and put it in this video. So right here on the ground, we've got 3 cattle panels, just standard cattle panels. They're 50 inches. They are 50 inches wide and 16 foot long. And I got my wood. So what I done is, these are 2x6s. The 2x6s are going to be the bottom runners around the chicken coop, and these 2x6s I measured out 151 inches. So I'm going to cut them right quick, and then I'm going to staple them to the 2x6s, staple the cattle panel to the 2x6s, and then I'll stand it up, and then I'll probably get my overall width. You can videotape some of this and talk, whatever you want. Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah. 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 That's our favorite saying to each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
You do it.
You do it.
You do it.
All right, guys. So we're going to use fencing staples. These are 1.5 inch fencing staples. As you can see, they're barbed, and that matters because if they're not barbed, they'll come back out. They have to be barbed. You see the barbs, so that'll hold. If they're not barbed, they'll come back out. These are 1.5 inch fencing staples.
So in our last video, we showed you our chickens that we decided to get after Ranger had passed away. So they were getting bigger, and let me show you why we're going ahead and building our chicken run now. So we had built this little brooder box here, and that is what we were keeping the chickens in at night and in with the heat lamp. Well, now it's getting warmer, and they have grown, and they are all now starting to get feathers. So during the daytime, we are bringing this out here, putting it up against my planter that I got spinach and I think that's parsley in. Eric had just put some of this little chicken netting around the bottom of it. So basically, we cut a little door in it, and during the daytime, we bring it out here, open the little door, and they run out here. So you can see they are getting big and have put on their feathers. Yep. And they're starting to stink in the house. So we got to get this built and get them in their chicken tractor now that they have feathers. So at dark, what we do is it starts to get cooler and they know they go up in the box. And if they're not up in the box, then we shoo them up in there, close the door, and we carry the box back in the house. We made little handles with rope here, so I can hold one end of it, Eric can hold the other end of it, and we can carry them in the house. So that's the little brooder we built. And we started out, our planter was on the same side, equal to this one up against the sidewalk. Well, you can see we've gradually moved it over because they have pecked the grass, and there is no grass in some spots. So we've started out moving the box over so they could have fresh grass. So I can't wait when we get them in the chicken tractor and move the planter back up against the sidewalk. And this one right here, he likes to escape. I say he, it's a she. They're all she's. He stands on the water. But yeah, I'm ready for them to have their own place and not have to move them in and out of the house. Eric threw a worm in there the other day and it was funny watching them fight over it. Okay, we've missed out. We got to see what he's done since we've been gone. Tell him what you've done since we've been gone.
Well, okay, so I've stapled the cattle panel down to the 2x6. I didn't staple that side yet. A lot of people put them on the inside, the cattle panel on the inside of their 2x, and that's what we will do too. But we're not very tall people. You know, I like to think I'm 6 foot tall, but I'm not. So we're building this for us. So if it's 5'6" or 6 foot tall, I don't know until I get it compressed together, and then I'll determine my height, how high I want the chicken coop, and then I will measure the width. That's just for us and for this video. Now, if you want to do it later, I will explain later how you can do it with the measurements without having to do all that I'm doing. But because I don't know how tall I want it, I'm doing this first. And then we will decide how tall we want it. Then I'll give you the measurements on how wide it is, and you can screw all the frame together. I'll explain later.
So he's zip tied, looks like, the cattle panels together. The 3 cattle panels.
Alright, I'm gonna flip it over.
Do you need me to help? Epic fail.
Yeah. Okay guys, so what I've done is I've cut 2 2x6s 151 inches long. Each cattle panel is 50 inches, and I allowed for the thickness of the cattle panel. It's right at 151 inches. So I've cut 2 of the long sides for 151 inches. And then I'm using regular 8-foot 2x6s, uncut. I didn't cut them. So what I need to do is to screw the 8-foot 2x6s to the ends of the 151 inch 2x6s. Let me show you how it's done. Also, I'm using these screws right here. These are deck screws. You can buy these individually, but these hold 10 times better than a standard exterior screw. And it takes a T50 head on them, and see how flat that head is, big washer like head. That means they hold a little bit better, so I would recommend using these. Now the frame's screwed together. For purposes of getting in a hurry and not thinking things through, I done screwed this once. Y'all didn't see that. I screwed the 8-foot 2x4s on the inside. Well, that shortened it up 3 inches, 1.5 inches on each end. So I lost my 151 inches, and the cattle panel wouldn't fit in there side by side. So I had to take it apart and redo it. If you get in a hurry, don't think about it. That's what happens. So if you look right here, I have my 2x4 right here screwed in the side, which made it shorter on each end. My cattle panel wasn't gonna fit in there, so I had to take it apart, redo it. Rookie mistake, but you know, I don't claim to be a professional.
On the inside.
Yeah.
Needs to come this way.
Oh. So that's how it's going to be, three cattle panels long. We started out with thinking maybe just 2, but I don't think that'd be enough room for the 14 hens that we got. So we decided to go with 3. So let me staple these and get them all put in, and you'll see what it looks like on the end.
So now Eric is just putting the staples in to hold up the cattle panel.
All right, guys, after you get it stapled around the bottom, and if you don't have a slab of concrete to work off of and you're working off the ground, you may have to put a 2x4 underneath the bottom of it to hold it up so you can hammer it well. So now what I'm fixing to do is take this regular wire and wire the cattle panels together, and I double it up. You can use zip ties for this, but they won't never last. And I've seen a lot of people use those clips, which would be good too, but
El Cheapo. We already had the wire here.
All right, guys, so I've wired the cattle panels together, and this is our wire. Now I'll clip this off. Like I said, you could use zip ties, but they won't never last. They'll break. A lot of people use little clips, which are good too, and you crimp them, but I don't have that. I had the wire here already on the farm, so we just use what we got. Once them are wired together, keeps it together. Now right here on the board, you look down here, I'm gonna have a door on one one end, and the other end will have nesting boxes when it comes time. I line it up on the mark and then plumb it, and then I will cut it. Now just to make sure it matches.
We used our local little lumber yard, and the little boy loaded it.
So once I put this in there, I already got the angle cut. I'll flip that board over, mark the bottom, and cut it. You can cut it off.
All right, what are you doing now?
Well, this center rib on the cattle panels should be the center, and a plumb bob, it's a handy dandy plumb bob on a string. If you don't have one of these handy dandy things, you can tie anything on the end of a string and have it hang, and it will find the center. So I want this rib to be the center. Then I can measure my sides to be the same.
Sugar, you about made me fall a while ago. I didn't know you were behind me. Kitty's jealous. The goats are jealous. They're having to watch. What you doing, Wanda? River. Magamoo. Fancy. Honeybees. Are you smiling? Where's my honeybees? You gonna smile? You gonna smile? Hmm? You did a few minutes ago. There's my honeybee. 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 Yeah. Honeybee. I think you're spoiled. I know y'all are. I know you are. Alright. Lacking on my camera skills.
Now what I did not do a while ago on that other end, I didn't plumb bob it, so I just plumbed up my board, and both sides were different lengths because it wasn't plumb. So there again, rookie mistakes. So I got it on my 36-inch mark. I'm fixing to plumb this 2x4 up. Then I'm going to pull the counter panel over to my plumb bob, lands on the 4-foot mark, which is halfway. And then I'm going to mark the back side. Flush that end up, mark this end. You should have 2 boards the same length. Now, put some staples in this and plumb it up. Those that didn't think I could get it level. Those that didn't think I could get level. But anyway. I mean plumb.
We could build a greenhouse like this too, couldn't you? All you had to do is put the stuff over the top of it. And you'd have a little door to go in a greenhouse.
Now, I gotta plumb it up a little more.
That's Monkey Butt. Monkey Butt. She knows her name. You know your name, don't you? Monkey Butt. Oh, Monkey Butt. Monkey Butt. Monkey Butt. She's the little doe we brought back to life when she got cold. She was one of the Thanksgiving or shortly after Thanksgiving babies. And then this is the my little buddy. My little buddy. Are you my little buddy? They're all coming. Alright. So, we're doing the plumb bob thing on this end.
All right. So I'm gonna put a brace on each side, on each end, and I'm gonna run a 2x4 all the way through. You'll see it.
That's an example of you measure once, cut twice. So he basically made a pattern, cut his other board. Okay, he's got it braced on both ends. And he put one of the decking screws on the outside for the brace so it would be stronger. So now we have to do the same thing to this end. Okay guys, so Eric has changed up a few things and we need to go get a few more things. We have to get the wheels to make our chicken tractor mobile, and we have to get bolts. So we're gonna have to make a trip to Harbor Freight and Lowe's to get that, and that's like 30 minutes away. So it's already afternoon, like 4 o'clock. So I think we're just gonna resume tomorrow and pick up. So stay tuned. Okay guys, we're back out here, day 2 of the chicken tractor build, and Eric got out here a little bit earlier than I did. So I'm gonna get him to catch y'all up to tell what he has done since we videoed yesterday.
All right, since yesterday we had to go get some more stuff. I put in, this is going to be the roost platform. We're going to have nesting boxes that hang out the end when it comes time. I'm not going to put them on there now. So this is the resting platform. That's all I'm installing that now. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you what it looks like when it get done.
Okay guys, so now as you can see, Eric has got the platform built for the nesting boxes, which our nesting boxes are actually going to come off the back end. So I don't have to go inside the coop to get the eggs. I can just get them out the back. I should have filmed some of this before, but you can see he framed it up before we cut and put the plywood on top. He took, stapled it to that temporarily. He's going to make legs that comes down to help support it. But like I said, our nesting boxes are going to come off the back. And we are getting ready now, I think, to put the chicken wire on. Okay, so that was a little hard holding that over my head, helping him, but we got a board and helped push it on up over the top. You can see we've took the roll and just did the first roll across through there. And then Eric's going to get the snips to cut it. And we have wood stapled it to our boards. So we will continue all the way down with the chicken wire. We stink at filming, but so tell them what you're doing now, Eric.
Build a door.
So he's building the frame for the door that will go on the chicken coop. We went ahead and moved the chickens in here and we put a piece of tin on the front just to get them out of the house and get them in here in their bigger space. We had to run get a few more supplies, so we just temporarily threw the tarp over the top, and they're back in the shade back here. We still have to put our wheels on. What are y'all doing? Y'all like your new space? Huh? You like your new space? So Eric put legs. Come in here and show you. He built the platform for the nesting boxes. He put legs, as you can see, to support it going up to the top. And we went and got a couple of extra boards to make roosting posts on the sides here. And then that's just their little water for when they were chicks. And we got actual hanging to hang from up here, their water and their food. That way they won't poop in their food and their water. But they're enjoying it so far. We have our Rhode Island Reds, our Barred Rocks. Have some Easter eggers back there. And I'm not sure what else the ones are. Eric will have to tell you. So we had to go get some more wood. And we actually went to Home Depot. And instead of our local little lumber store here. And we got a few pieces that were rough around the ends. And it don't really matter because it's just for the chicken coop. So we got those and they marked them down 70% off. So I think it was going to be like $16 for those boards, and it ended up being $5. Okay, now we have gotten the door finished and the chicken wire stapled to it. Eric is putting the hinges on for the door.
You ever heard that? Master got me working. Master got me working. Master got me working.
Chickens were your idea, remember?
Master got me working.
Here. I'm not much help. His knees bothering him. The goats have to laze around, watch us work. Titus. He's got his kids with him. it open?
Yeah.
It's catching on that chicken wire up there. We still have to stretch out some of the chicken wire and staple it down. Or zip tie it tighter. Okay guys, so it has been a long day, a hot long day, and it I think got around 90 degrees today, and which Eric did most of the work. I just was supporting him. But let me show you what we got. We still got a few things to tweak and do on it, but it will make do tonight, and I can get those chicks out of my dining room. Okay, so we got the door built with a latch. And spring on there, so it closes shut when we go in. And we got our hanging feeders, our water, and our food. That way, keep them from pooping in it, like the ones that are on the ground, that they can get in and poop. We left their little box in here just because they're used to it, and I figure they'll probably sleep in there tonight until they can get big enough to fly up and get on the rails and in the nesting boxes, which we still have work to do on that. We got a tarp temporarily put on there to give them some shade. And then out here, we have our wheels built on there. That way we still have a few things to do with it, but we pull this up and it raises it up. That way we can move it. We're gonna put a thing to secure it up here for when we're moving it. And then we will put our drill holes and put our rope. That way we can pull it and move it to where we want it to go. So yeah, not too bad for we probably worked half a day yesterday and a little more than half a day today on it. So probably not even a day and a half of work. And we got our chicken tractor. So it's pretty big. So Eric's sitting in the chair here in the shade, taking a break. He's tired.
Yeah, I hate chicken wire. Hardware cloth is better, but for the money, and we supported our local farm store. We like to do local business with local people. They benefit from it the most as well as us. So, but he had chicken wire instead of hardware cloth, so we just used that. But hardware cloth is easier to work with and goes faster. But it's not the best in the world, but it'll get us by. It'll get these chickens out of the house and let them start grazing and doing their thing till they get big enough to lay eggs, and then I'll build the nesting boxes and build them a little Taj Mahal to lay around in. But right now they don't need that, so I ain't worried about it. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and
I'll do a cost breakdown. Probably the chicken wire was the most expensive thing that we bought for it, and I would say probably, wouldn't you?
I don't know, the chicken wire is probably about half of the cost than the wood, and Yeah, the wood and hardware is probably about the same as the roll of chicken wire, but we do have a lot of chicken wire left. It was a 150-foot roll.
Yeah, so we can use it for other projects.
Yeah, do something else with it, but anyway. We got the chicken coop done. All that mattered. We did go look at a buck today.
Yeah, we went to look at a buck today. It was a nice looking buck.
Nice looking buck, but I don't know, I'm kind of scared that he won't fit in with Whiskey Master P and we'll have fight to duel to the death and there'll be another loss of money. And I don't know about bringing another buck that's mature and likes to fight, whatever, in with our two. Our two fight one another, but
they kind of play fight. They don't fight to the death.
Yeah, so it just, I don't know. We'll probably need to raise one. We'll probably buy a buckling off of out of some good stock and just raise it. That way it'll fit in, and then wait till it grows up to be mature to breed. Anyway, I'm done.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, guys.